The Panasonic Lumix DMC GF3 is a new camera in a relatively new class of cameras that are right between point-and-shoot and traditional DSLRs. This is a rapidly growing market because it allows people who are used to point-and-shoot cameras to move up to a more full-featured camera with a bigger image sensor like a DSLR. It has changeable lenses and a host of features typically associated with DSLR cameras. But it still maintains a surprisingly small form factor and lots of the automated features of a point-and-shoot. Now, usually this size of camera is called a micro four thirds camera. The feature set and price point of the DMC GF3K puts it right in the thick of the competition. It has a 12.1 megapixel image sensor with a high ISO sensitivity of 6400 for great low light performance and image quality on par with many DSLRs. It has really fast autofocus. Panasonic calls it light speed autofocus. 16 scene modes, lots of creative controls for image manipulation inside the camera, and a large selection of optional micro four thirds lenses. You can capture your shots on SD, SDHC, and SDXC cards. And one of the nice touches I like about this camera is the clever little built-in pop-up flash. Now, like you would expect, it pops up sufficiently high to allow you to use most lenses without casting a shadow. But the flash has a little bit of flex to it, so you can actually point it toward the ceiling temporarily by holding it back with your finger. And as lots of photographers know, when you bounce a light off a white ceiling, your pictures look a lot more like evenly lit professional photographs than those hard front-lit snapshots. When it comes to image quality, the high-resolution 12.1 megapixel live MOS sensor is a great start. And then Panasonic's Venus processing engine, that's their built-in software, does something that Panasonic calls intelligent resolution technology sharpening, because it sharpens the edges within the image, but it doesn't soften fine detail. And there's lots more to capturing sharp images with this camera than you might think. Of course, the micro four thirds form factor means that there is no mirror in the camera, and so it has no viewfinder. So the image that shows up on the LCD is exactly what you'll be shooting when you press the shutter. And since the DMC GF3K has a touchscreen LCD, the engineers have done some really clever things with focusing. Beyond the autofocus capabilities that you would expect, you can actually touch anywhere on the LCD screen and tell the camera where to focus. It's actually a really cool concept. And the autofocus functions are available in both still and video modes. And of course, it has optical image stabilization to minimize blur. Panasonic's DMC GF3 is available as a kit with either of several lens options, but there are a dozen additional lenses available, including a 2D, 3D lens if you're considering capturing 3D images. The kit we have came with this 14 to 42 millimeter lens, and it provides a really nice variety of capture options in a great package size. And while you're capturing images, you'll be impressed with the LCD preview that allows you to see all kinds of things like the creative presets and variable focus on the background. In other words, you could point the camera at your subject, tap on the screen to indicate your focus point, and then use other on-screen controls to throw the background out of focus and see exactly what your finished image is going to look like right there on the LCD screen. And these days, whenever you talk about a new camera, the question of video always comes up. Well, this camera absolutely can do video, and it does it at 1080i in AVC HD. Plus, there's an HDMI mini jack that allows you one cable connection to your HD TV. Now, while we're talking about video recording, you should know that the DMC GF3 records mono audio from a built-in microphone, but the results are surprisingly good, and if you just need occasional video, this is a great way to go, especially since the autofocus tracking works even in video mode. With a great mix of point-and-shoot features, automated functions, creative controls, and DSLR-like image quality and changeable lenses, the Panasonic Lumix DMC GF3 is a real contender in the micro four thirds market. I'm Larry Becker. Thanks for watching.
For more information, please visit us online, give us a call, or stop by our New York City Superstore. You can also connect with us on the web.